Okay, number 24. Here we go. You got your perfect squares? All right, so I need a perfect square. I need the biggest one that divides into 24. What's the biggest perfect square that goes into 24? 6 non-perfect square. I know what you're doing, but I need a perfect square. 6 non-perfect square. 4 is the perfect square. 4 is the perfect square. Now 4 times what number is 24? 6. There you go. All right, so 4 is the perfect square. So what's the square root of 24? Off your phones. What's the square root of 4? 2. So it's 2 square root of 6. All right, so let's look at the next one, 500. Look at your perfect squares. I only see like 3 people with their perfect squares out. What's the biggest perfect square that divides into 500? So you got 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64. 25 does go into it, but I need the biggest one. Well, there's a bigger one. Which one? 100. There you go. 100 times what is 500? Times 5. There you go. All right. So 100 is a perfect square. What's the square root of 100? 10 square root of 5. There you go. Yeah, this is what you did in Algebra 1 in geometry. We're just going to review it because we're going to have to do it for chapter 6. All right. What about 32? What's the biggest perfect square that goes into 32? 4 goes, but there's a bigger one. 16. There you go. 16 times what? Turn it off. 16 times 2. There you go. All right, so 16 is the perfect square. What's the square root of 16? 4. That's why we made such a big deal about the test and the quiz and the perfect squares, because you got to know how to do them, okay? All right, does the 4 have a square root on top of him? He does. He's got one next to him, but not on top of him. So you cannot change 4 to 2. You can't change 4 at all. You're just going to leave him alone. All right, 192. You might want to grab your calculators for this one. What's the biggest perfect square? I know 4 goes, but I need a bigger one that divides. So 192 divided by, and then pick a perfect square. See which one goes evenly. 16, there should be a bigger one. Yeah, because 12 has one that goes into it. What's the next one that you got? How much?
32.
Perfect square. 36 is a perfect square. 32 does divide, but I need a perfect square. What's the perfect square that divides? 49. 49 does not go. 64? Yep, 64. There you go. All right. So 64 times 3. 64 is the perfect square. He's the number that was on that list. So what's the square root of 64? 8. There you go. All right, what about 45? What's the perfect square? What's the number on that list that divides into 45? 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49. Which one? How much? 9, Ramiro. Very good. All right, 9 times what number? 5. Okay. I still have 45. What? What's wrong? 9 times 5 is 45. I still have 45. I haven't changed it. It's just 9 times 5 now, okay? All right, so 9 is perfect square. What's the square root of 9? 3. Square root of 5. All right, last one, 75. What's the perfect square that divides into 75? 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36. Which one? 25. All right, so I can't change 75. I still have to have 75. So 25 times what number is 75? There you go. All right, square root of 25 is 5, and then square root of 3. That's it. Y'all okay? All right, we got a pretty easy lesson today, and then we got a pretty easy checkpoint today, and then we're going to go over our quiz, and then we're going to have grade conferences to look at our grades and talk about what we're missing. And because we've only got, ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 weeks left until the quarter's over. 3 weeks. Remember, Saturday is the first Saturday school. So if any of us are still failing by Thursday, I'm going to sign you up for Saturday school and call you Mamie. Tell her that you got Saturday school so you can pass. Yes, sir. Then you got to come into another. I don't think there'll be another one before the quarter's over, though. You just have to come in like before or after school and get your stuff made up. So Saturday school is just another chance for you to make up stuff is all. All right, here we go. So we're going to skip around a little bit, okay, guys, because we're going to keep doing this graphing stuff because we've been doing graphing this whole time. So we're going to skip to the very end, and we're on page 37 and 38. 37 and 38. All right, looks like that. 37 and 38. Real easy, real short. It's just graphing stuff. This is a review from Algebra 1, so it's nothing new. The piecewise stuff, for most of us, was not a review. For most of us, that was new stuff. All right, here we go. So you've got 2.8 is called graphing linear inequalities, right? All right, so you got blank resembles a linear equation. Linear means it's got an equal sign. Linear equation's got an equal sign. But it's got an inequality. What were the symbols for inequalities? There were 4 of them. What those look like? Anybody? Less than? Yeah. There you go. Those are the 4. Less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Those are inequalities. So what resembles an equal sign, but it's got an inequality in it? What's it called? Linear what? Inequality. There you go. And we're going to graph these just like we always do, okay? All right, so you're about to get your quiz back from piecewise. What did piecewise look like? It looked just like this, except it said something like if x is greater than or equal to 2 or some stuff. Don't write that down. It had something like this, right? So this doesn't have any of that, so this is different. So we're just going to find our slope and find our y-intercept. What's my slope? -3/1, and my y-intercept? -2. So we're going to graph it just like normal. Go down 2, put your dot, then we're going to go down 3 for my slope, and right 1. Now you're going to need to make these as big as your graph will let you make them. So let's do it again. Down 3 and right 1. All right, and then we can go up 3 and left 1. We can go the other way. As big as your graph will let you make it, okay? As big as you can make it. All right, so do you remember open and closed dots that we did before? Yeah? Okay, so now we're going to have open lines and closed lines, okay? So what do you think an open line would look like? It would look like a dashed line. Very good. It's just going to be dotted like that. And what do you think a closed line would look like? Just a straight, solid line, just like always, okay? All right, so what about this one? Since it says greater than or equal to, is that going to be an open line or a closed line? Closed, just like it always is. Solid line, solid line. All right, now on piecewise, it said like x is greater than. So you were looking at x's go left and right. But this one says y is greater than or equal to. So where do your y's get greater? Where's your y-axis at? It's the vertical one, right? It's right here. So where do your y's get greater? As you go above that line or as you go below that line? As you go above it. So if you'll do this, if you'll take those dots and draw these lines above it, it'll make it easy to see. Do you see the part that you need to shade now? It's all this stuff up here above that line. There you go, and we're done. All right, let's go to number 2. All right, what's your slope on number 2? 1/1, and what's your y-intercept? -5, perfect. All right, so we're going to go down 5 and put a dot. All right, and our slope is 1/1, so we're going to go up 1 and right 1. As big as the graph will let you go, okay? And then we're going to go the other way. Down 1, left 1. All right, look what it says. Bless you. Open line or closed line? Open. So open lines look like dotted. Bless you. So if you'll skip every couple of ones and make it look dotted, okay? If you try to connect every single dot on this one, it's going to look like a solid line. Yeah. All right. It says we need to take all the y's. Y's go up and down, right? All the y's less than. So is that above the line or below the line? Below it. So we're going to shade everything down here. All right, number 3. What's wrong with number 3? There you go. It's not in slope intercept. It doesn't have y solved. So what do I have to do to solve for y? All right, and now some of us still need to do this. Draw that line down that inequality for those of us that still need to do it. So we're going to subtract x to both sides of that line. All right, so you've got 2y is greater than, x comes first, so negative x, and then that's a positive 6. What number's right here in front of that x? -1, right? Put that 1 right there in front of it. All right, how do I get rid of this 2? Divide. Every single one gets divided by 2. All right, so 2's cancel. So you got y is greater than. And how do I write this guy right here? 1/2, and then x goes to the side. There you go. And then what's 6 divided by 2? 3. So what's my slope? And my y-intercept? 3. Perfect. All right, so we're going to graph that one. We're going to go up 3, put a dot, and then we're going to go down 1 and right 2. As big as the graph will let you go. All right, then we're going to go the other way. We're going to go up 1 and left 2. As big as you can go. All right, does this get a dotted line or a solid line? Dotted, there you go. All right, here we go. So it wants all the y's greater than. So your y's are up and down. Where do your y's get greater, above or below the line? Above. They get bigger as you go up. All right, and then flip over. We're going to do one more together, and then y'all going to do 2 on your own. Hey, Jay, you with me, bud? You okay? All right, so page 38. All right, what's different about number 4, guys? There's no y. It's just got x, right? Okay, so since this only has one letter, what axis does it tell you to go to? X-axis at what number? There you go. All right, so when it only has one letter, it's either a straight vertical line or a straight horizontal line. Which one is x greater than 6?
Straight.
Vertical, because it can't be horizontal. That's the x-axis, right? It's just going to be straight up and down. Just like that. It's closed line because it's got a solid line right here. All right, now think about this. This is different. This is the x. X-axis runs left and right. So do your x's get greater as you go to the right or as you go to the left? Which one is your x's greater? To the right are your x's. When it says y, you think up and down. But when it says x, you think left and right. All right. One more, and then you're going to do number 6 on your own. What's wrong with number 5? All right, now this 4, that 4 is positive, okay? The 3 is negative. So for some of us, we need to draw our line down that inequality, and we're going to subtract 4 to both sides of that line. All right, so that's a negative 3y is greater than negative 4x, and then that's a plus 12. All right, what am I going to do now? Divide by negative 3. Now, there's something that's special that happens. What happens to that inequality when you multiply or divide by a negative? It flips. So you got y is less than. And then what happens to these two negatives? They cancel out. So you got positive 4 over 3x. But then what's 12 divided by negative 3? What's that give you? Negative 4. So what's your slope? And what's your y-intercept? Negative 4. There you go. Mallory, did you find where we were about? Are you okay? Okay. All right, so we're going to go down 4. And our slope is 4 over 3, so we're going to go up 4 and right 3. As big as our graph will let us go. And then we can go the other way, down 4 and left 3. Alright, so Mallory, what you missed earlier. So remember open dots and closed dots? So since this does not have a solid line here, we're just going to put an open line, which is just a dotted line. And then we have to shade it. So it says y less than. Your y-axis is up and down. And your y's get less than, they get smaller as you go down below that graph. So we're going to shade everything to the bottom of that graph. All right, number 6. I want y'all to try that one on your own, okay? Try number 6. Mallory, you okay? Okay. All right, y'all try number 6, and then we'll come back together and see how we did, okay? Try number 6. these because we're negative.
Shaded.
Okay, we're going to go over that. All right, so should have gotten your y-intercept was -6, right? All okay so far? All right, so either one of these was right. A lot of y'all got this one with this slope. That's not wrong. You just won't get as many dots as we will. You really should reduce it, though, and get -3/2. So you still get the same line, but if you did 6/4, you just won't get as many dots, okay? Does it get an open line or a closed line? Closed, because it's a solid line. All right, remember, this is where you're confused. All right, it says y less than. So your y's are up and down, right? So less than. Do your y's get smaller as you go up or as you go down? They get smaller where? Up or down? Down. So you're going to shade everything below that line. So everything down here. Okay? All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to put a checkpoint. Checkpoints are open notes, but they are not open neighbor, right? And then we're going to look at our quiz grades. Yeah. Yeah, come with that. We'll look at our quiz grades, and then we are going to do some grade conferences. Talk about our grades. Wake yourself up, son. Do you not start this weekend? No? I'm coming, guys. Hold on a second. Alright, guys, I'm going to hand back your quizzes. I'm going to look at those real quick. Alright, let's see. Let's do homework first. Wilmer, this is your homework. You keep that. I'm coming to check my phone. Jose, Alyssa, homework, you keep that. Homework, you keep that. Jose's homework, you keep that. Okay. Homework, homework. You keep that, okay? Alright, let's look at some quizzes. Jalen, Aaron, hold on, that one. Alyssa, Laura, Mara, Madison, AJ, Natalie, Dylan. Alright, so how long do you have to do quiz corrections? 1 week. What do you got to do first before you can do quiz corrections? Yep. Alright. Checkpoints. Anybody else checkpoints? You got one, AJ? Okay. Anybody else have checkpoints? All right. All right, let's do some grade conferences real quick. Let's talk about these grades.